세러데이 쇼다운 젠지 스포츠 대 KT 롤스터.
A hell of an item, and hopefully they'll go down as it's Samira here for Viper. I love that. Completely changes how this composition works, because if you pick, you know, normal carry here, then you might be looking at maybe like Varus go for the poke. No, we're all inning.
We'll just have to see. I'm personally just hoping that Smearl does really, really well in that bottom lane. Let's jump onto the rift for game one.
A lot of confidence here from Closure, trying to take control of the lane early on, which is good. Just play it like a melee champion.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Over the Ivern is tree on tree. Soccer tree versus space tree. See who's going to be able to win out on this one. As once again, Closer is just bouncing towards some brushes here. Pesky minion.
Don't see this
Tristana
skin very often.
No, you really don't.
It really is just dragon or fire. As Whaler going to be making his way over, does have a smite available, so should just be able to yoink this away. Become somewhat of a problem when he does end up going back, as they have a suspicion. Grizzly spotted on the warp, might be in trouble here.
Yeah, Clear is moving forward, only level 5 as he does secure the Gromp, but he has to use Twisted Advance in order to get there. Is flashing on over as now Dominus comes on in and Clear is just going to be lapped up. Kingin secures the kill off the back of Grizzly, looking like he was overextended. Not able to get too much damage to follow up, but Grizzly going to come through with an ultimate. Yeah, Daisy not at the ready. There's the flash forward. Good hook from Kyle, but I think it will spell his doom. He is going to flash away as now Teddy is their target. He has red-white guns, and now they're going to focus onto Kyle. Life now very, very low, though, as Viper's dashing forward. No! Teddy's going to get taken down. It's a double kill here for Grizzly. Make it a triple! Oh, no, that couldn't have gone any worse for Liv Sandbox.
The only way it could have been worse if those kills went to Samira. But we do actually get the Viper POV here, which I think is a good call. So starts off with them knowing that they have an experience advantage, right? So the ultimate comes in, they set it up. Cleanses force very early on, and the exhaust doesn't really do a whole lot, and as a result, Viper just gets to stay alive. That one kill, actually I thought he would hit 6 earlier.
Oh my, he's just dancing around the rift.
The movement, the way he was able to reposition with the dashes, and then the fact that he gets 6 off of the kill as well.
Thank you for carrying me, guys, says Zeka from the mid lane. He's like, I'm not playing Yone this game. It's on you guys this time around. That hasn't necessarily been their MO. There's the Flash Magnet Storm. They're just looking for the kill onto Teddy, and they'll get it. Viper easily manages to pick that one up, and if I was to give it a rating, it probably would be about an S.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about it if you want to.
Very, very bothered. I just think that Tristana deserve 100% win rate. But they don't have it. We're going to have an interruption on a teleport here as the Nature's Grasp going to come through. A bit of a battle between Kingin and Clear, as Clear not exactly too psyched about the outcome of this. Is trying to dash his way out and will be able to do so. Kingin wandering after him and will say, all right, well, if you want to invest your flash, I guess I'll allow you to get away. But it does mean that they also survive on the bottom side of the map this series.
Well, wouldn't be the first time you're fired this season.
That is actually very true.
Teleport
comes in, yeah, teleport coming forward. This time it's Liv Sandbox that are starting off the fight. Teddy has red-white, and Life has nowhere to go. He is well and truly dead. Closer's going to grab that one with the explosive charge, and Liv Sandbox on the board.
Wheeler, I'm not.
That's not very responsible. We need to treat Daisy with respect, as Rift Herald going to pop down in this mid lane. That will guarantee the kill on the outer turret. They should be able to grab another charge as well with the man advantage being present. Viper just slashing these waves up. Looks like Kyle should be able to get this one stopped, as never mind. Teddy not actually with the auto ready to poke her in the eye, and so therefore...
But actually doing it is,
Empress Divide is going to pull Closer away, and he's not able to actually buff the rocket jump correctly. Life moving on in, as there is Daisy coming down, but Sand Soldiers are also here. Life might explode before this one, but never mind. It's actually Closer that just gets ripped to shreds. Daisy not going to be able to offer too much, Daisy piloted by an alien.
You have GA! You have free items on your Maokai!
It's a cheeky little ward that Liv Sandbox has, though, as teleport is going to come in. They're not going to give away the position of said ward, as Daisy is going to get there a little bit late, and the Baron is just going to be taken. Kingin's in the mid lane. Looking to try and stop them from moving any further forward. Root Caller is not going to land there. It's unfortunately clear. Doesn't buffer the anti-CC. Does manage to try and get a bit of a push away onto Grizzly, who kind of explodes. He goes golden in the end, though, and Kingen is going to be the one to lock down the kill. Oh my goodness. If Grizzly wasn't that far ahead, he would have died. But instead, it's HLE Esports killing absolutely everyone. They have stopwatches for days. And that is going to mean that everyone stays alive and they should be able to win the game.
Clean ace into the end push. HLE, just make sure that everything is in order.
Not even close,
Not even close. Making sure that they are more than ready for whatever Sandbox can throw at them. And this was, maybe not in time frame, but in every other way, a shellacking.
Yes, this it doesn't really pass the spawn test, but we could probably give it shellacking. I would have to agree. Zeka just having fun, auto-attacking with his Sand Soldiers, but the Nexus is going to go down. That is a big ol' happy B. And HLE Esports, dominant victory here in game number 1.
And for Sandbox, often this team will be very happy to then go and play very proactively. That wasn't really the case this time around. They kind of just bled out slowly, as we can see from the gold graph here as well.
Into it. Does mean you can avoid the crash down by just twisted advancing.
So I guess you can also still be Nautilus jungle.
True.
But I think it would just be the same as what you'd expect. As it is indeed the Ezreal. It makes sense. It's a champion that Teddy absolutely loves.
And so, just have to see how it's going to go as we hop into the Rift here for game number 2.
Ooh.
For that one?
It's an off-season thing?
Yeah. Because it's a big undertaking.
I'd watch that. Yeah, that's gonna take you a while.
It is. I know Quickshot built his as well. Took him quite some time.
Am I thinking like a day? Is it like a couple of days? Like what are we...
I mean, it's 5,000 plus pieces.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how hard you work.
Oh, well, like, really hard? It'll be quite a few hours, I would say.
Yeah, like a day?
Uses the correct skins in the right moments. Plays Leona, has a skin on that one. Plays Ashe, has a skin on that one. Doesn't select him, doesn't like it. It makes me very sad.
This is what you want. You want a skirmish. You have 3 people that want to fight.
Yeah.
Just fight them.
And Zeka also a little bit slow on the rotation, so should be 3v2 for at least a little bit. As Grizzly going to find a Bramble Smash, but there is an ulti from Closer, finds a backflip onto Grizzly as well as the perfect execution comes down. Twisted Advance comes on in as Closer is going to get thrown away, and Zeka has just decided he doesn't want the fight. Kingen, though, also going to opt into the same thing. He went all out and is going to go all the way home as well.
Claire almost getting the kill here. Not actually able to finish him off. But
backflip not going to connect, but does manage to get the plate gold. So Willa and Closer now a little bit more happy. As Kingen just standing behind his enemy's turret. Made the Crocodile a little bit angry as now he's looking for a back, but Willa is here and the Akali is lying in wait as well. Backflip comes forward as now Kingen. Let's see what he's going to be able to do to get out of this one. There's the all-out, but there's the flash over. Perfect execution going to come forward, and Closer's going to use it to close the gap onto Kingen. 5-point strike, not exactly going to land, though, and Zeka, he's going to take one, but it will be Kingen escaping. Has to use his flash, but he got Closers as well, so you'd say it's probably pretty even.
Kingen does not. See that influences HLE's decision to contest here.
Saplings just flying around, Kyle, soaking all of them. Eating through his potions as best he can, as Will is going to move up to Grizzly and splashes and gets the smite. That's about as easy as it gets as the Nature's Grasp coming down as well. And Willer's also going to die. Emperor's Divide does absolutely nothing, but that doesn't seem to matter as Closer dives in. It's now his turn to try and fight this one out. It's a beautiful twisted advance though from Grizzly, who survives for a very long time. Eventually, he will go down to the Akali as Clear gets in amongst it as well. Zeka standing his ground, and so far, it is actually a relatively even trade, but Kingen remains on the top side of the map, and with the Mythic passive being activated. As Kingen is looking to try and fight this one.
Willer's
finds
here.
Himself a Q, as Willer is going to turn up. The Cassante can do some Cassante things, but let's see whether it's actually going to be possible.
So tanky.
As he's so tanky, yeah. There's the kickback. Didn't have the W, and now he's going to go all out, but the Q is still going to be there. And Clear is going to be the one that locks it down. Can't reactivate it, right?
I mean, I know it's
the map.
I know it was.
It used to work.
I know it used to. I don't I think they took that away, unfortunately. Yes. Oh.
Okay, Grizzly getting taken down extraordinarily low. He kicks them back as Willa has to invest so far, but he's still going to be able to safeguard away. Still, life is going to burn down the Rel. And Kingan unable to chase down this Lee Sin. The max range hook is going to come through though as Closer just backflips his way out. And Viper takes a bit of damage from Teddy's True Shot Barrage, but otherwise he will be okay. So
turrets were looking 2-2, but it's mostly just the CS as in we go.
Yeah, Zekka's crown is now broken. Kyle's going to move on in and he flashes, but he is super dead. There is the Q and Closer's the one that locks it down. So Live Sandbox finding themselves even more of a snowball. Going to get towards...
They don't know.
Yeah, the flank angle. Very nicely done, but Closer is now going to move in. True Shot Barrage does a fair bit of work here as Closer... Ooh, I thought he was going to do it. I thought he was going to press it as the hook is going to come in. It connects from Life, but he goes into the Shroud, and now he launches into the backline. Life is going to flash away, though, and it's a kill for Viper. Oh, Closer, that must feel terrible.
Went for it anyway with that much EC, with no other follow-up. You can't go for that. And now, oh, this is ambitious.
Yeah, Magnet Storm comes in. Kyle is probably going to die. Yep, Zekka should be able to lock that one down. It's clear. He dives in. It's the Emperor's Divide, though. He gets into the backline, and Viper is going to be torn apart. Zekka is now tagged by the True Shot Barrage. And you mentioned they're going to run out of damage, and they absolutely do. Clear is going to be able to eat the Nautilus, and it is vengeance for Closer as he has just respawned. Hummerlife now having to run away as what? Was that a Nature's Grasp kill?
It was an old kill. Maybe a sapling as well. This game is mayhem!
For them to deal with as Grizzly, he's got a Mega Cone. He's got the availability to get over here as he gets into the pit. He's so tanky. He's not going to be able to take the Baron, but can they win the fight? The answer is so far absolutely not. As Zekka is going to find no value with the ultimate, but the Sand Soldiers still tear the Akali apart.
Let him go.
Yeah, it's a really long-range siege minion. You're exactly right. As, all right, All Out going to come through as if at first you succeed, try again. As Viper almost gets taken out by Clear. I really like the killer instinct from this Renekton. He's still dead, but it looks kind of cool. But Closer is going to be able to take down Life as well. 4v4 now on the fight. As Grizzly, he pressed the Nature's Grasp button and Liv Sandbox got hit by it. Yep, and then they walked away. I mean, it is Soul Point. As Kyle going to be spotted on a control ward. He's going to find an Magnet Storm angle. That was actually amazing as the Featherstorm comes in. Viper gets the turnaround, though, as Closer is taken out. And it's the G-Riz moment once again. He steals Soul Point. Now Teddy's flashed on by Zekka, and Willer is running away wondering what the hell just happened.
You got to wake up earlier to fool the bear.
Oh, you absolutely do. He's out of hibernation.
Sandbox.
He doesn't need to sleep for another 6 months, Chronicler.
Yeah, the actual hero of that play was Viper. That redirect was insane. And what starts off is looking like really rough because Zekka shuffles or tries to kill Kael, and then Kael turns it around into a great engage, but they don't have clear, and that lack of frontline actually ends up being huge.
Yeah, Hook is going to connect onto Clear, as you mentioned him, and now he's going to be taken down. The Cassante tanking the turret, but it is Life dying yet again. Nature's Grasp flying down is now Willa going to avoid the third cube, but is still going to head towards the death chamber. Is now Kyle, nothing much he can do as the flash forward from the Akali, but he's straight into a wall of Sand Soldiers. He looks for the backline, but Viper, he avoids it. True Shot Barrage also not going to be enough as Teddy desperately trying to kill the damage. It's not going to work. A happy B from Viper and a 2-0 for Harmwell Life Esports.
World-class AD carry. Right, we're seeing...
And they're world-class solo lanes.
Yeah. Kingan has been looking very solid. Obviously, was able to come back very nicely with some of his later plays.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG Interview translation. We are here joined by Grizzly on the side of Hanwha Life Esports, who just secured their 8th victory, now tied for 3rd place. Grizzly, this is your first and solo POG, and an unanimous one, so how do you feel? Like, from the moment I got triple kill in game 1 with Maokai, I knew that I kind of predicted that I would get POG, but I didn't realize that I would get it in game 2. And I'd like to take a look at the replay later to keep talking about your Maokai. And what a refreshing charge by the Locomotive. How fast do you think you guys ran in today's match?
저희의 아직 경기력이 다 나오지 않은 것 같아서
I feel like we didn't show our full potential and performance. I believe that if you look forward to our next performance, I'm sure you'll be more impressed.
네, 이런 각오를 또 들려주셨습니다. 1세트 이야기 먼저 나눠보겠습니다.
And in game 1, the opponent drafted a trendy 2 AD carry comp around Tristana, and they added Ivern jungle to really funnel the AD carry. So what was the plan to disrupt their comp? Since our bot was Samira and Rel, we were pretty confident in team fighting. And since we have experience going against and playing against Ivern, I feel like we were pretty confident. And Grizzly, in game 2, you said you didn't know why you got POG, but let's walk through that. I think you stole a pretty important Drake in the early game. And let's take a look at the last Drake team fight here. You stole the Drake team fight after maintaining your concentration. What was your, can you walk us through this? I thought that as long as I do enough damage on the Azir, I noticed that Azir was still hitting the Drake at 1300 HP, so I believe at the moment I knew that I was going to steal the Drake. And it looks like your favorite pick is Maokai, and as of today, you have a record of 5 wins and 2 losses, so why do you prefer Maokai? I feel like the picks like Sejuani and Maokai will enable our top and mid to play really well. So I believe I prefer Maokai and Sejuani.
그럼 마오카이 세주안이를 내가 잡았을 때는 이 정도 플레이는 최소한 해낼 수 있다 이런 자신감도 있으실 것 같아요.
So how confident are you when you grab Sejuani and Maokai? Yes.
성장 차이는 걸릴 수 있을 것 같아요.
I feel like I can definitely have a faster growth and show a jungle gap whenever I do grab those champions. So, as someone quickly getting accustomed to the LCK stage, what was different from what you expected, or what have you learned? There are a lot of things that were different from what I expected, but I feel like day to day I do learn always, and being able to play with my teammates, eating with them, I feel like I'm really having a lot of fun with them. So, which one of your older hyung helped you the most? You know, all 4 of my hyungs actually treat me really well, so I'm very comfortable around them. So, what would you say you learned the most? Since our coaches and our head coach are both junglers, every time I play the game, they will teach me a bunch of things, so I feel like I have absorbed a lot of knowledge. And Grizzly, to really get into the important questions, we heard that as a high school freshman, you lifted over 350 kilos for your big 3. So after hearing that, Kingen said he was going to quit working out. So now that you probably do more than 350 kilos. What's the number now? You know, I haven't been able to measure it out during the season, but maybe I'll be able to do that after the season. And I believe I would like to go over 350 kilos. And the Korean commentator Coco constantly asks who would win if you, Kingen, and Zeka arm wrestled. So, who do you think you would win? If you would rank from the first place to third place. We haven't arm wrestled yet, but I think my
어떤 근거가 있나요?
teammates will be stronger.
운동하는 거
Kingen and Zeka they work out together, and whenever I look at them, I feel like they're gonna be stronger than me.
제가 봤을 때는 만만치 않으실 것 같습니다. 네, 꼭 혹시 나중에 팔씨름 뭐 하게 되시면 결과를 저희한테
So if you ever do arm wrestle in the future, please share with us the results.
다음 상대는 T1입니다.
And with such a nice victory, your next opponent is T1. So what's your mindset to head in with?
기죽지 말고 그냥 저 할 것만
I
하면은
believe I always go into a
T1 도
match
충분히 이길 수 있을 것 같아요.
네, 그리고 그리즐리 선수
wanting to win, and
POG
as long as I
사랑을
keep my
가지기도
concentration and
했고,
focus, I'll be able to win
최근에
against
굉장히
T1.
많이 생긴 걸로 알고 있습니다.
I'm sure you have a lot of
네,
fans
항상 응원
now.
보내주시는 팬분들께 마지막으로 한 말씀
So would you like to say anything for all your supportive
비도 많이
fans?
오시고 날씨도 많이 더운데
It's been
감기 조심하시고
raining a lot, and the weather hasn't been great, but
네,
thank you so
좋습니다.
much for
여러분,
coming
큰
here.
박수
Please stay
부탁드립니다.
healthy.
앞으로도 응원하도록 하겠습니다.
And this will be the end of the interview with Grizzly, and back to the space.